Mick, you're here on the Scotrail picket line. What's your message to the Scottish Government?
Well, my message is plain and simple. We need an offer that matches our members' demands, which is obviously related to the rate of inflation. They've offered us a very complex deal, but in terms of salaries, we need a clean deal that everybody understands. There's got to be a percentage increase that our members will support. We'll negotiate with them. They know what they need to do. They've been around the block. So Transport Scotland, Scotrail, and the Scottish Government itself have got to come up with a clean cost of living increase that our members can vote in support of, and then we can get back to running the railway as normal.
And what's the situation with UK-wide strikes, with the talks and the Network Rail?
Well, on the British Rail, if you want to call it that, back to the old money, we've not got a breakthrough. Network Rail are playing hardball with us. They've not made an offer that we can support, and everything they do say to us is based on chopping our conditions up, thousands of redundancies, and attacks on our conditions. Now, it's the same on the train operator. So up here in Scotland, we've got LNER on the east coast, the Venton west coast, which is a basket case, even when we're not on strike. But you've got the other companies, TransPennine, and so on. We've got not any offer at all on there, and they want to go back to some of the disputes that we thought we'd settled on, having taken the guards off trains, cutting all the booking offices that they're responsible for. So it's an attack, and what people have got to remember, our dispute is a defensive dispute. We wanted a simple pay rise, but we've not got even into the discussions on pay because of all the attacks on our members and their conditions and their jobs. So pay is right down the bottom at the minute. People probably don't realise that, but you don't get a pay rise if you haven't got a job. So we've got to secure the jobs for our people. We've got to make sure they've got a decent deal, and people go on about modernisation and all the rest of it. We understand modernisation, we understand change. Any change has got to be negotiated with us, not imposed on top of us, that ruins our working lives and makes work not worth doing. So when we've done that, we can maybe get round to pay, but we know that's going to be a tough negotiation. We've seen the craziness in the government, like the Westminster government, the last 2 or 3 weeks. So it's a tough gig, but we know that our people are right behind us, as they are in Scotrail today. And we know that other workers, the postal workers, educators, healthcare, they're all going to come into these disputes because they've got exactly the same problems, and in some cases unfunded pay deals have been put on the table, which means they're going to cut the services to those kids, to the people, the patients in the hospitals and so on. We all understand that if you're not paying enough tax, you're not going to get the services you want. So workers need a new deal, and that's what we're after. We're part of a broader campaign, and the RMT's right there fighting for pay justice and workplace justice.
Now, as you know, there's a groundswell of support and solidarity with yourselves and the other unions in dispute. I mean, we've been involved through the Scottish Socialist Party and solidarity networks and so on to build that. One of the things I've raised for a few months now is the idea not just of coordinated industrial action, but possibly things like a 24-hour general strike. What would your view be of that?
Well, we're not opposed to that, but we seem to be there all the time. Everybody's asking for a general strike with the RMT, but the RMT tends to lead the way. So if people want to coordinate with us, we're open to anything that the movement puts forward, and we support every group of workers that are campaigning. But we can't wait forever. We've got these problems that are in front of us. On the British pay deal, the national pay issue, some of our members haven't had a pay rise for 3 years. So we're calling on the other unions to get involved in solidarity networks. But people watching this will know how the TUC works up here, and the British TUC is probably even more conservative in that sense.
Yes.
And we can't wait forever, so we need to get on with our disputes. But if people want to help us, people want to join us, and we can help them, we'd be up for that. Our policy is for a general strike to oppose austerity. Austerity's never gone away really for working class people. But Richie, we've got to get on with it. We've got to get on with our disputes, and our members won't wait forever. But anyone that wants to lend a hand, solidarity to you as well, comrade.
Okay, well, the hand is offered from us anyway.
Okay.
Thanks very much,
well
mate.
Done. Cheers.
Ta.